Okay, right?
I'm Brent Leary.
Paul Greenberg.
We are the CRM Playaz, and yeah, the sound is good. Sounds good.
Groovy, man.
We are the CRM Players. It is Thursday afternoon. It's nice, but kind of chilly. Wow, what was that? What do you got there? Bye? Is that how you say it, or bay?
I don't have a clue. I just say BAI. I have no idea.
You got your bye. I've got my Niagara. I got to put my crystal light in there so I can really, you know, get in the mood. But anyway, CRM Players. It's a special CRM Players because we have a special guest making a special announcement later on, and I dressed for the occasion. This is the very. I just got this yesterday in the mail. It's a Rams brown kind of. They call it the salute to service, and I've got kind of a nice new tan cap and brown. I feel
You're
really
wearing
good.
your formal Ram outfit.
Well, I've got several formal Ram outfits.
It's
This,
a oh,
hey, wait a minute. That's great to see Sahil there, but something's awry. Something's amiss.
he's been MIA for a while.
Something's a hit or miss. Yes, I am. I feel
Speaking of
snazzy, Rebecca.
speaking of Miss Rebecca Wetterman. Look, she's Mrs.
Ooh,
really or
yes,
Ms.
yeah.
But I can stretch the metaphor. That's not even
Well,
a metaphor.
we're
It's just
glad to see you.
a joke.
We're trying to do a little tap dance because you usually have this moment of spin thing, but you can't have the moment of spin without spin. I mean, what's the miss?
The moment of spin is missing.
Hello, is this Sarita? Let us know what Sarita with the LinkedIn security settings. I tell you, that's such a hard thing. Let us know who
I
you are,
know.
LinkedIn user, so that we can greet you appropriately.
Maybe I'm just.
Yes, special guest coming up, but as usual, we've been bringing the ass.
Oh God. Yes, we have. Because I know what this is. You know why I sighed? Not because we bring in the ads, because we are happy, enthusiastic as bringers for, forever.
You got to make sure you pronunciate on that one because
Yes, I did
that can get
best as I could.
we might have
But
to run that.
I'm sighing for where this is going to be going.
I might have to run this disclaimer, the Esteban disclaimer, if we
Well,
make
maybe you'll
this
run the
wrong.
YouTube disclaimer and throw us off.
Ooh, a little crustiness there from our watch
Mm,
party. Yes,
yeah,
it is Sarita apparently. Uh, Somebody knows how to fix. How do people let Sarita know how to fix that setting? Because we like to see her face, not just LinkedIn user. Hey, Volker.
hey, Volker.
I like how Volker is speaking in the third
That's
person.
right. He's like a friend of ours.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to get into that. There's a distinctive sugar crowd. It's a sweet
Yes,
crowd feeling here. Hey, Claire.
our favorite Liverpudlian.
What?
I
Say
just
that again?
imagine, Claire, you've actually beaten out, was it Paul McCartney, John Lennon, and you
What?
are
What?
our
What?
favorite. A Liverpudlian is someone from
Oh,
Liverpool.
I thought you were saying she was from Lilliputian. I was like,
No,
was Gulliver
Liverpool.
around in the house too?
Hey, John. Hey,
Yeah. All
Jason.
right.
Wow, we're
Jason is
going
here. We
out
got
here. Hey, Jason.
very sweet crowd that we have here today for our
Yuck, yuck,
show.
yuck, yuck, yuck.
But you know what? Before we, bring,
You know what?
bring on our
Yuck, yuck,
guest,
yuck.
I actually, I was feeling pretty good today, and then I saw
Why?
some. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful day. I got my new Rams stuff. I always feel good when I get some nice, crispy, crew new Rams stuff on. I just
Okay.
like it. But then something just shot it all to hell, and it made
Hey,
me. Hey,
Josh.
Jason or Joshua. Why did I say
Josh.
Joshua? Joshua.
Joshua.
I was gonna say Joshua for some reason. I don't know. Joshua, nice to have you. Something came in through LinkedIn, a LinkedIn invite of sorts, and it made me flash back. Remember when we used to early when we were doing the weekly pandemic? Oh, wait a minute. I got to stop my train of thought. How about that? Hey, all right. something I hardly ever see on this show. A Go Rams comment. All right, Joshua. I'll never get your name wrong again after that. Remember when we used to do a little segment? I think it was called Protect the Innocent but Not the Stupid or something like that.
Yeah, I did.
Well, something makes me want to bring that back.
Oh, you got something that bad, huh?
Exhibit A. Now, this is a LinkedIn invite, but let's just go through this LinkedIn somebody that wants to connect with me. All right, keep that in mind. I protect the ignorant or whatever we call it. But I think it was right. Protect the ignorant. Yeah, that's something like that. So we're not gonna name names. All you need to know is it's a CX strategist, a startup advisor, some kind of behavioral design, somebody or sorts.
Okay.
All right. I'll just read this. Brent, connect and subscribe to the very first thing. There's no hi. There's no hello. There's, hey, I've been reading or watching and I really like. It starts off with a demand. Actually, two demands.
In order.
Yeah, Brent, connect and subscribe to my LinkedIn newsletter where I post weekly on how to make a better experience leveraging applied behavioral science. Each week I write about 1 of 15 different markets. Has nothing to do with me whatsoever.
Well, notice, by the way, how he spelled market.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I kind of glossed over that. That 15 different make it strategies.
Yeah.
He was so busy making sure he put his demand of me to connect and subscribe to his LinkedIn newsletter that he couldn't, spell right. I mean, what the hell kind of does this make anybody? Because I don't know this dude. I didn't know. I was like, who the hell is this? And then I read this like, well, there's absolutely no way I'm going to connect with this guy. I mean, he doesn't care about that at all, about me. He just wants a number. That's pretty much what it is. Am I reading this wrong?
No, the guy is literally ordering you to do that, to do what he wants you to do. Although, what is that? John C. Less.
John C. Less. Where's that?
Look at the last.
No, that's just the LinkedIn. If you want to see Less, then you click on that, and then you'll see.
No, I know, but it says John, so that must be his first name.
Oh, I didn't even. You know what? I didn't even.
It's all right. I got it.
Yeah. Well, that limited to about 100 million people.
That's right.
So if you know who John is, there you go. But Brent, connect. I command you. He just left that out. I command you. No, he's not beseeching. He's commanding.
He is. As your superior, I demand.
I know. And sign up for my news. I'm surprised he didn't say and read it. And make a report.
That's right. And respond to me by 0700 hours.
I mean, come on, the nerve of this person. That just set me off. I'm sorry. Do people get that? Do you guys get similar kind of stuff like that?
I know everybody probably does. Did you get that on Make It Monday?
Is there a thing called Make It Monday?
There must be. I don't know where.
Okay. I got to do this because I see a question from our LinkedIn user, aka Sarita Kincaid. Look what I had right next to me, Sarita. Look, right next to me. And I already remember I had already talked about this. Remember I did talk about this last time. So Sarita, I have it near. It's in the studio. It's always near me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I don't even want to take it out of the box because
No, it's a collectible.
It's a collectible. It's our Super Bowl 2021 Super Bowl year.
That's what I mean. It's
a
collectible.
That. Very nice. Yeah, of course you love it. You gave it to me. I love it.
Go up too, though. We have a second LinkedIn user from Sugar.
Oh, okay. Do we have to decipher who this is too?
No, she says also, hi, Katie here from Sugar.
Oh, no. Katie, you and Sarita, find somebody that can help you with your LinkedIn settings so that we can see you. We can see, who you are.
We'd love to.
Absolutely. All right. So we're gonna have Rich Green on later on. You see, there's a lot of Sugar folks in the house. We're gonna have Rich Green on, and he's one of our favorite guests. I mean, that's not a secret. But he does have something he'd like to share with us, a big announcement of sorts. And we thought it would be great to have him on and hear what he's going to announce and spend a good 30 minutes just, shooting the stuff with him,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good. I think it's good. I'm looking forward to that.
Amen, brother.
But before we can do that,
Before we do that,
before what
just
do you?
before you do what you're about to do,
Oh, you don't even know what I'm about to do.
it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter because the more I insert, the longer it is until we get to the part I don't need to get to.
Nah, you know
Right? I
what?
don't want to get to. Right?
No, I wasn't going to do that. I was
Doesn't
gonna
matter.
do-
That's the
I'm
point.
gonna
It
do
doesn't matter
something
what you're
else.
going to do.
I'm
The
going to do
more I
something.
delay it, the longer it is.
No, that just cuts into Rich's time, so you don't want to do that.
No, it doesn't.
But you know what? Something happened this week that I don't think ChatGPT, nothing could have seen this coming. I could never imagine it. I don't think you could have ever imagined it. I'm not even going to ask you to guess what it is. I do have a short clip to explain this. If anybody says they saw this coming, they are lying, not
Texas winning
hallucinating,
the World Series.
lying.
Texas
No,
winning the World Series.
nah. This. All right, I'm gonna play this.
The
and you'll
Giants
see.
losing to the Jets again.
Nah, that isn't even close. All right, I'm playing it right now. Here you go.
Star Spangled Banner performed tonight
Oh, I saw this.
by 6-time Grammy Award nominated rapper and artist Flava Flav.
I saw this already.
No, we're not going to play it. The fact that somebody allowed Flavor Flav to sing the national anthem at a sporting event, that just threw me for a loop to begin with. But the thing that was even more unbelievable, he wasn't bad.
I was literally going to say exactly that.
He wasn't
He
terrible.
was shockingly not, but you can't describe him as really good either. Let's say this: Whitney Houston did a better job.
Oh, come, Whitney.
I'm kidding.
She's like her.
She literally did the best job in history.
It's between her and Marvin Gaye for me. It's her and Marvin. I would say this: he was better. First of all, he was miles better than Carl Lewis. We all remember what he did to that. Oh my God, I still have
pretty much what. Remember what Christina Aguilera did?
The one that really got it, Fergie. Fergie was the one.
Fergie was horrible. Oh my God,
terrible.
That was a disaster. I mean, she was so bad. I didn't even feel bad for her because she was awful. She was awful.
So on a scale of Carl Lewis, Fergie to Whitney Houston, Marvin, he's solidly in between. Well,
I'd say
kind of skewing closer to the lower end, but he wasn't.
Yeah,
the expectations were so low. Well, actually, I had none.
I'll give him a 4,
and that's a great score for him because I was expecting when they started, singing. Oh, say, can you? Yeah, boy. I was expecting something like that to happen, but I'm glad it didn't. So, but
I was shocked. First, I was shocked to see him doing it. Then I listened and realized, well, he's sort of off key here, and oh yeah, I know. Well, I'm being nice. Okay, but I gave him a 4, so I'm giving him the courtesy of a 4 comment, as opposed to a 1 Fergie comment, which was, oh my God, what a disaster.
Yeah, right? Yeah. All right, well, Miss Sandy is saying,
wow, if Sandy is literally saying you're fashionable, you're talking literally maybe the single most fashionable human being I know is her, right? So that is hell of a compliment.
From her it is, because we all know how she feels about the Rams and all.
It was not even that. I mean, she has a sense of fashion like no other. So that's like a professional telling you.
Yeah, maybe a sense of fashion, but a sense of music, nah. She likes Belle Biv DeVoe, so that
you know what?
Takes that out.
I don't get that either.
Right. I had to bring that up.
I'm sorry. I really I don't get that one either, I have to say.
All right. So before we bring on our guests and before we,
Oh, wait, one
YouTube
last
party.
thing.
No, there's no more
No,
last.
I
I
have to
know
say
what you're
it.
trying to do.
This is a new camera, everybody.
Oh, that's
So
right.
it's a full frame camera. It's a Blackmagic Cinema 6K full frame camera. I haven't had time to fully tweak it yet. I'd like you to do me a favor. Look at the image of it's going to take a little work, but look at the image of a prior show and then look at this image and tell me if you see the difference. I see a huge difference in image. I haven't tweaked the lighting or the color or anything quite yet. I've done a little bit, but just enough to kind of get by on this show. But you'll notice a little dark and a little bit grayish. But
You could just say you were out on tanning at the beach. You got a little sunburn.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, that would never happen.
Yesterday it was what, 30 degrees.
Yeah, well, we hit a high of 50. So I'd like feedback from you, but I need you to take a look at the prior thing, which was tweaked, but it's a smaller sensor and a smaller image. I think the quality of the image is way better, but I think I need to tweak a lot yet.
Okay.
So give me feedback. Feedback.
Sahil is saying the frame is cinematic ratio as well.
He's right, actually. He is right.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you know what? Okay. Sahil is really on it.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
It is. That's only Sahil. It's only because I needed to get it out of Open Gate, and I went to the first one that I could do quickly that I wouldn't have to tweak too much. That's why it went to this. It's a 4K DCI.
When did this turn into Up from the Rabbit Hole? There's still CRM Playaz. By the way,
it turned into Up from the Rabbit Hole the day CRM Playaz tried to do the Apple event.
Oh,
watch party.
Still smarting over that, I see. All right.
Yeah.
So before we bring on our guest, and before we do, what everybody is really here for, other than they want to see Rich, of course, but everybody is here for Stump the Godfather.
Everybody but me.
I did a few good minutes with our mutual friend Dan Miller, who's the lead analyst and founder of Opus Research, and he joined me yesterday. We're talking all things LLMs and OpenAI, and you name it. You're talking about it. But there was one thing that came up as I was leading into my conversation with Dan. I did a little tease for today's Playaz show, and then Dan did something I did not expect. So I'm going to play it here, and it'll lead into the rest of the show. And he has a special announcement. So you're going to have to come back tomorrow, 3:00 Eastern. Check that out. And you're also going to have to come back because we're going to be doing Stump the Godfather. I know that's the thing that's just spread all over the country. I don't care what Paul Greenberg says. People like it. But for now, I am glad to be joined by the one and only Dan Miller, lead analyst, founder, Opus Research, and as I like to affectionately call him, the Botfather.
Yeah, don't do Stump the Botfather. Okay, do me a big favor.
See, you shouldn't have put that thought in my head.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan.
So, first of all, thank you. You know what? I'm seeing a whole series of Stump the.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Stump the Godfather, Stump the Botfather.
The end of PPN is what I see with that.
Stump the CRM smog.
And every
so I gotta say, Dan, he just put Dan. You probably should have kept that one to yourself because now I'm seeing a whole Stump the
with
show.
Me. Spread the lack of wealth. That's
hey, look, you got the Marvel comic universe. I'm gonna have the Stump the universe, but it all starts.
Stump the universe. That's exactly what the Marvel universe is fighting. People want they want to stomp the universe.
Yeah, but
stomp the multiverse.
Forget all that. It's time.
Spider-Verse.
And now it's time for Stump the Godfather with the Venerable Paul Greenberg. Brought to you by Microsoft Dynamics 365 Copilot.
All right. People love, come on. Oh, wait a minute. People love this stuff. Are you kidding me? People come up to me all the time at events now. When are you going to do Stump the Godfather again? Or
that means they don't really watch the show since you do it every damn week.
Yeah, but we've been off for the last 2 weeks because when you've been traveling, I've been traveling. People have been clamoring. I've been in conversations with people I've been seeing in like years. I talked to them on the phone. They're like, "Hey, I see you on LinkedIn. Hey, I love that Stump the Godfather thing you guys do. Hey, Can please, everybody, put it down here. Put it in the comment section. Tell us, do you love Stump the Godfather or not? Let the Godfather
You
know.
realize, of course, that
Let
there's
the
only one
Godfather
person
know.
who has to just make that decision here, and that's me. Because if I don't participate, there is no Stump the Godfather.
Well, first of all, I don't know who's laughing at Venerable, because he
I
is
think
the
that's
Venerable
the
Paul
other.
Greenberg.
I think that's Kate. I'm guessing that's Kate.
He is the Venerable Paul Greenberg, and we're getting an update. Oh wow, well, we are up from the rabbit hole. Color profile in this camera has high reds. Look into the picture profile. All right, Sahil, we're gonna move on.
Sahil, that part's not a problem. That's just a lack of time to do it.
Oh, there we go. All right, now we got to keep going. Patrick. All right, there it is. Patrick,
how about
loves
Stump
it.
the Dog Father then?
That could be another show. All right, these are all great, but we got to play because we got a guest, and I think our guest is even in the green room. I see, and it's called the green room. How about that? Come on.
How about that?
You know why?
You mean Greenberg Green Room?
No, think of our guest.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, well, that's right. We've
named
in honor of our guest. We've renamed it.
That's awesome.
We renamed it the Green Room.
And
we're hoping it catches on all across the whole country. In fact, the whole world. That they start calling those things the Green Rooms.
All right. So, Stump the Godfather is brought to you by Microsoft Dynamics 365 Copilot. This week's question. This came from my buddy, your buddy too, the cold one, the bold one, John Cold Rice Lawson. He shot me this, and I was like, wow, this stat is kind of cool. So, Amazon said last year, 125 million customers contributed reviews and ratings to Amazon stores. But how many reviews in total did they leave last year?
Well, actually, there's a little bit of a trick here, not necessarily deliberate, but a rating is just the number. It's not a review, right? So the question is, does that being counted as a review here?
It says ratings and reviews. That's all.
That says it contributed, but it asks how many reviews.
Oh, all right. Ratings and reviews. How many ratings and reviews in total? Everything. Ratings and reviews in total.
So they all both count.
They both count. There's 125 million customers that left ratings and I'm guessing and or reviews. So what's the total number of ratings and reviews left last year?
All right. Well, let the crowd do their thing, and then
all right, folks. Get your guesses in. 125 million customers left how many total ratings and reviews?
Put it in your comments. Year?
Okay, so Sahil is up first, 460 million.
Well, he skews high. He skews pretty high normally.
That's like 3-point-something million.
Reviews and ratings, though. You're counting ratings, which are different. Like I left one review. Or 2 reviews, but I did about 150 ratings.
Okay, so the total of that is that's what I'm saying.
I'm waiting on everybody else to finish theirs.
So Sahil is at 400. All you sugar folks out there, I know you're there because you want to hear from Rich Green, but we won't go forward with this show unless you leave us your best guess. How about that? The faster we can.
Is that in order?
The faster we get your best guesses,
the faster we can get the Rich Green. We have to subscribe to your LinkedIn.
Hey, look, Rich, you're in the green room. You better leave let us know what your best guess is too. And
we'll want to get on this show, man. You know,
if you want to get on the show, leave us your best guess. All right, come on, Rebecca. Come on, Patrick. Come on, all you LinkedIn users. Come on, everybody out there. Jason Lundy, you're still there. I know you're still there. Give us your best guess. How many ratings and reviews in total were left on Amazon stores last year? Okay. So AJ has got 250 million. So that's nice. See, that's a nice round number. So he's saying 2 per customer. KDM,
she fixed it.
220. Oh, she did. 225 million. I love how Patrick is saying wolf million. That's always a good one.
Probably right.
Claire is saying 600. So far, Claire is at the high water mark, 600 million. Okay, give you guys a couple more seconds. All right, AJ is saying if they really hated it. Whoa, somebody, I guess that's Sarita, 300 million.
Yeah.
Sarita, you need to talk to AJ or Katie, because she got her
She
fixed.
figured it out.
AJ is saying if they really hated it, they probably left more than one. Okay.
Good
All right.
point, AJ.
Got some
Really
logic
good
going
point.
in there.
Good point.
0.5 billion. All right. Wait a minute. Sandy Lowe, you're there. I know you're there.
So that's a $500 million. So 500 million is what
he's at. So that's so Claire is still at the high, 600 million. Jason is 500 million. Sarita is 300 million. AJ is 250. Katie is 225. All right, going once. Oh wow, Volker's coming in strong. Volker's coming in strong at 1 billion. So I think we have enough to ask the Venerable Paul Greenberg what his.
All right, so I'm going on the assumption here, and I'm going to be absolutely clear about this, that we're talking about people who just leave ratings too.
No, ratings and reviews.
Yeah, if it's just reviews, it's going to be considerably lower than the number I'm about to give. So next time, make sure your question.
I think it's this. I think it's no. This is actually what you'll see exactly how it's worded from Amazon. But that's
well, I am seeing how it's worded here, aren't I?
Well, you'll see. I took a screenshot of this.
If it's rating and reviews, meaning the numbers, just numbers, no text associated with it, I'm going to 700 million.
700
if
million.
It's just reviews, however, I'm going to 175 million.
All right. I'm just going to put you down for 700 million.
You can, but that better include rating.
It does. It does. All right. So we got the range from 225 million, all the way to $1 billion. Lots of answers. Rich, you sure you don't want to put one in the private chat, and we'll tell you. We'll put it up and let people know what your guess is, because we want, Rich is probably going to be the one that gets the closest. I would say, I would think, because he's a smart guy.
Because he's responsible for 600 million of them.
All right, Rich, we're not seeing a guess, man. All right, I guess Rich is gonna hold out. All right. Anyway, so the answer to the question of how many reviews into wait a minute, Mike Fawcett came in late, 1.5 billion. Wow, we're all over the map. All right, it's time to do the answer here. All right,
it's a plausible number.
The answer to the question is
Mike nailed it.
He looked it up. I think we gave him too much time. He looked it up. I'm sure he looked it up. He's a smart guy. That means he's smart enough to look it up. I think that's what happened. Rich is saying, well, Rich,
little late.
Good guess, but no cigar. Mike looked it up. I'm pretty sure, because all right, this is how I found it. The Cold One, the Bold One sent this to me. We obsess over, this is what Amazon's saying, but last year alone, 125 million customers contributed nearly 1.5 billion reviews and ratings to stores. 45 reviews every second of the day of the year. 45 reviews every second. That's crazy, isn't it?
It's up to 1.6 billion since we started talking. Right. So
all right. So
that's insane.
So you had 700 million. So you're
I wasn't close. Mike looked it up. I'd say if Mike didn't cheat, then Volker is the winner.
Volker came in strong at $1 billion.
Yeah, at $1 billion.
Mike says I just joined late. I don't know, Mike. We're gonna have to put it under review.
That's right. We have a review committee for suspicious answers.
Yeah. See, if you had come in with it like right away, no hesitation, we would have given it to you. But we're gonna have to put it under further review. But anyway, that was a good one, right? That was a good question.
Yeah.
Got people thinking. Got a lot of people thinking. All right.
But it's got to be worded better next time. Here's the deal, man. I'm an English and journalism major, right? I mean, that's what I majored in. Like my whole life is making sure proper use of language is important. and that was not proper.
All right, so they should have said ratings and or
And
reviews.
reviews. And
All right.
reviews.
All right,
Yeah.
little technicality, but you know,
I've had one every single.
I know it's kind of
I have
exhausting.
more
But anyway,
fun picking apart the question than I do answering.
I have picked up on that. All right,
Yeah.
So that was this week's Stump the Godfather, brought to you by Microsoft Dynamics 365 Copilot. AI continues.
We should talk to Microsoft about changing it to just Microsoft Copilot. It's like part of everything at this point.
No, because I like saying Microsoft Dynamics 365.
I know, but
at this
I mean,
point,
in the Windows second half update, I literally
okay, you got
literally
AJ.
use it. It's just built in.
All right. Anyway, that's what it is.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you, AJ.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now I turn it over to the Venerable Paul Greenberg to introduce today's guest. But before I do, this is one of the reasons why I'm so glad that Rich is joining us today. Yeah, he's a smart guy and all that, knows everything, done everything. But he is the only person, if I'm not mistaken, when I tried to do this new segment called Caption This, who actually sent in a picture for us to caption.
God, that's frightening.
Yeah. And then, I was thinking, and the other cool thing about it is it got a lot of attention. Look how many views that sucker got and all the comments. I was thinking, oh, we're going to be off to a great new segment. And when I asked for more pictures, nobody sent any more pictures. So I appreciate Rich just for playing along with that, even if it didn't quite work out the way I wanted to. All right. Now you can go on with the introduction.
What can I say, man? So Rich, you just said kind of all of it right there. Rich is, so the title is CTO of SugarCRM. You can say in large part, and I know he'll say and his team, because everybody does that, but in large part, he's responsible for the architecture and the product and the platform that makes SugarCRM the quality product it is. And look, I have seen that product since 2004. Okay. I remember when it just jumped a whole other level and it became one of the first. It was object oriented. It was a platform. I mean, it became a platform. It became incredibly flexible. That was Rich. Okay. Again, yes, Rich, you have a team and you really do. But that also shows what a good judge of character and of quality of human being and talent and skill you are. Rich is not only all of that, but he's a truly, truly good human being. He's an amazingly well-educated and just have a massive variety of interests in what he does in the world and what's out there in the world for him to learn and do. And he's funny. He's a funny guy too. You saw the picture. He's even funnier than that, right?
He's got a really good sense of humor when it comes to football because he's a Niners fan too.
He's just an amazing human being. He's always a lovely man to talk to. And again, very accomplished with a long and highly successful career. And in large part responsible for what Sugar can actually do. So with that, let's bring on the dude.
There he is.
Oh, and he has white hair. That was the other thing.
Okay.
Really, really white hair.
Well, I'm still sticking with it being blonde, but I think that along. I try to convince my wife of that. First of all, thank you so much for that introduction. That was too kind and beyond the truth. But I will just thank you very much. That's just too kind of you both.
Absolutely the case.
I want to start out with, I love you both, but
I hear
I'm a Motown fan, have been that way, inner city kid forever. But when it comes to singing the national anthem, Brent's right, it's Whitney Houston. The answer is Whitney Houston, no matter what the question is. Marvin Gaye's way up there, but
okay,
no, it's Whitney Houston. So I just
I
want to
agree.
clear the air on that.
I can't argue.
That
either.
Super Bowl
Unequivocally
rendition-
answer that question. That is
Think of
answered.
it this way: that not only has our votes, but that has the popular vote. If you remember, it was the only time in history the national anthem went to #1 on the charts as a single.
Yeah,
It was the
Whitney's
#1 on Billboard charts as a single was the national anthem.
I did not know that, but
Yeah.
I witnessed the
That's
Super Bowl when
true.
she sang, and life's never been the same since.
That's true, but we got to also say the circumstances had a lot to do with that being #1 too, right? I mean, come on. So it was a tough circumstance. She carried it off beautifully. And it's
Yes.
Whitney Houston. So
Amazing.
anyway,
It's great to see you both.
so Rich, what's going on? What's new? Anything going
So what's up?
Well, this is a little odd. So let me rewind time a little bit because I like doing that.
All right.
I've
CRM.
based-
You like doing time stuff.
Yeah, I do. Based on the hair comment, I've been in the tech world for quite some time. I think 4 decades, to say the least. And I think when it comes to career, I have probably been the luckiest guy in the world. I have no reason to have believed that I had the opportunities that I've had and a couple of successes along the way. I've never shared this with you guys, but when I was in high school and early college, had we had a McDonald's in Brooklyn, I think my teachers would have said, he's the kind of guy who would be asking me if you want fries with that, right? I'm like that level of student, right? And
can't see that one, but okay.
It's a true story. It turned up for the better as college progressed and in grad school and things like that. And then, just a series of great opportunities, whether it was, Sun Microsystems and the head of software in Java, or Nuance, or CTO Nokia, and now at Sugar, some IoT startups along the way. And I've been talking to my wife and my kids for a while, and my wife retired from industry. She was also on the business side of the geek tech world for a long time. She worked at VMware, and she worked at BlackBerry of all things, while I worked at Nokia. That was very controversial. And yes, the BlackBerry people apparently thought we were sharing secrets at home, and it was a very odd time.
Wow.
But I've decided to step away from the tech world and retire. And big decision. I want to thank Craig in particular, but the board and everybody for making this transition as easy as I could imagine. And my last day working at SugarCRM is tomorrow. So this is quite timely. Your comments are at best half right. It is the team. It isn't me. I'll get a half point for finding good people and asking them to join. But Sugar's I've worked at 2 magical places in my life. I've had a lot of great jobs, but I've worked at 2 magical places. Early on, Sun Microsystems, and it's famous. Ask almost any ex-employee, because it's gone, Sun Microsystems, and they will say it's the best job they ever had. Just an incredible place. Thank you, Celine. And really wonderful. But at the other end, it was, or it still is, for a few more hours, Sugar. It is an amazing culture. I can't thank Craig and the board and Zach and others enough to having given me the latitude to innovate and not be bogged down with, the nonsense that exists in so many companies. We've had the chance to do some great things, and the team behind, led by Zach and our chief scientist for AI. By the way, I'm not going to name names besides the ones because too many recruiters probably tune into this show, and I don't think I should. So no offense to you guys at Sugar, but I'm not going to put you up on the recruiting blocks. So I'll only do it by reference, but not by name. But the leadership team and the engineering team, the cloud team, the UI team, they're just fabulous, and they're not only brilliant, but working with them is just a joy. In fact, I had my last one-on-one with Jorge Arroyo, so I will use his name. He's the SVP of engineering, and I've worked with him almost since I've been at the company. And work is very intense, and you do it 10, 12 hours a day, and figuring out how to kind of laugh your way through while maintaining that intensity, and not laughing because you're not serious, but just laughing because you need some relief when you're going full throttle for a long period of time. The place is a joy. A special thanks to Clint. He's probably not on right now, but what do you call Clint? Clint,
Sugar
what is
Clint.
I'm sorry?
His Twitter handle is Sugar Clint.
Sugar Clint. So special thanks to Sugar Clint. I'll repeat the story, but I joined Sugar as a consultant, and I had planned on staying for 2-3 months to do some consulting work for the product organization. And it was a couple of weeks in, and Clint took me in his office and sat down and looked. He looked very serious, and it frightened the heck out of me. And he said, we'd really like you to join. And I'm like, but I'm a consultant and I'm leaving. And this little bit of kabuki went on and off for a few weeks, and it's only half true. But he twisted my arm, and I can't thank him enough for it. So if the whole company wants someone to blame, and if you guys want somebody to make fun of, that would be Sugar Clint.
Oh, we can do that without that story. We can make fun of Clint without that story.
Yeah, I guess he is a target-rich environment by himself. Yes.
Target-rich environment, huh?
Oh,
wow.
I did that, please.
So you can put the rest of the rumors that you were gonna let go and ChatGPT was going to replace you.
To replace me.
Yeah.
Well, it would be an upgrade, and Craig may choose to, go with the low-priced alternative after I leave. But I don't think so. It's a very amicable parting the ways, and it's not going to be that far apart. I'm a super fan of Sugar, and I'll always be there to help out if need be, or just cheer from the sidelines. I have full faith in the company, and I think Craig is a super leader and really like the guy. We had a almost tearful one-on-one on Tuesday. He wasn't going to tear. I was going to tear, and the place is in great shape. I think the product organization had an upgrade. Got an upgrade when I moved away from CPO, and Zach stepped in and took over. And he's fabulous, doing a great job. So
yeah, we love Zach. He's a gearhead like us.
Yeah, he is a lovable Canadian flannel-covered gearhead. Yes,
yes, he is.
So he is an upgrade, I assure you.
So, what are you doing on Saturday?
Yeah, how long has it been since you didn't have to work like full time?
Well, I don't know what that's. How long has it been? 14, 15. At the age of 14 or 15, I started sweeping cigarette butts at a pool club in Brooklyn. So I think ever since then, I haven't been doing that. I think the greatest relief on Saturday will be the multi-decade end of the sense of imposter syndrome, right? I'm sure many listening can relate, but I've spent my entire career waiting for somebody to pop into my door and go, "We figured you out. You really don't know anything. You must leave." And on Saturday, that won't happen, and I'm incredibly relieved by that. So I have no idea. I have a bunch of interests. The first will be spending more time with my kids. They're scattered all over the country, and one is married to announce that they're getting married next year. So that's super exciting. And I I want a chance to dote over them, even though they'll suffer horribly for me doing so. I'd like to get back into music. I used to be an acceptable piano player.
Nice.
And a trumpet player. I don't know if you can see that behind me. I don't think I'll do that, but I'd like to get. Wait, it's over.
There it is.
There it is.
I see it.
There it is. Wow.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey, I used to play too, but I can't. I don't know where my trumpet is.
His trumpet.
Yeah, well, I think at a certain age, it's almost a dangerous instrument, and so I think I'll pass on that. But piano would be fun. I'd like to do some volunteer work.
Do you have any idea what kind of volunteer work kind of interests you?
Well, it ranges. I think minimally, I already signed up to work at a food bank. I just want to just see people doing better. I think there'll come a time that teaching might be appealing. I really enjoy that, but I haven't queued that up yet. But just contributing to the community would be really rewarding. These are tough times, and there are some people who need more help than others. And I got the time, so why not, right? So that's part of it. I thought about getting back into aviation and little stick and rudder and flying a little bit, but that's a long and expensive hobby. I'm not sure I'll do that. So I've got a good list, and my wife and I definitely want to travel. I think in the note I sent inside Sugar, most of my travel has been, hotel and conference center. All over the world. I've been in the most obscure places, hotel and conference center. And I would like the chance to actually leave the hotel and see places with my wife, Kathy. And so we have a list of places that, we want to go. So
hey, would you cruise?
Cruise? No, I did that once. First of all, I in the last 5 or 10 years, you mean on boats, right? Is that what you mean? Right. Because there's a lot of cruising, right? My car in the street, but they're giant Petri dishes. I don't see the idea of sticking around in this little glass thing and sharing amoeba with everybody else. So no, that's not my thing. I just want to hit the ground and do fun stuff. And we had our first adventure vacation a few years ago when we went to the Galapagos and did some diving. I dove with a giant manta ray and was one of the high points of my life. We want to go to the western side and dive with the hammerheads. Want to go see the big five in Africa. Want to get up to Alaska. So we'll see.
Hey, I wanted to get your reaction when you see somebody like Zach say something like, "Working with Rich has been one of the high points of my career, and he's helped shape me into who I am today." What does that mean to you?
Well, I was gonna joke about it, but I think I ought to take it seriously. Look, every once in a while you run into a person who is special, and in lots of ways, IQ, creativity, positive attitude, and you get the chance to work with them, and it benefits both. I really appreciate what Zach had to say, but 90% of it is Zach, and I'll take a few percent. And some people are just special, and when you hang out with them, good things happen.
How far away do you actually live from Sugar headquarters?
Well, Sugar is now a diffuse organization. So, I'm up in Seattle in the Northwest. There's a whole bunch of Sugars in the Bay Area. There's some in Denver. There's some in Atlanta. There's some in North Carolina. Some in Romania. Some in Serbia. And so it depends on how you measure. But not a lot of people up here in the Northwest. I migrated up here with my wife about 2.5 years ago, and we decided to leave the Bay Area after 30 years and love it up here.
When my brother retires, I'll introduce you to him.
Yes, and I was supposed to meet your brother, and somehow we never hooked up. So please do.
I will. He literally is living in Seattle now. So
Well, I heard he's here and on the East Coast as well, both.
Well, he has his business runs to the East Coast too. So, but he lives. My niece lives in Seattle, and so he and my sister-in-law moved to Seattle to be close to her and her hubby.
So when are you going to be out here visiting me?
Well, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm getting to retirement too, so I'm semi-retired as of now. I'm going to be even more semi-retired, meaning closer to actual retirement next year, possibly. So I can come pretty much starting next year anyway. I can come pretty much anytime I want. So,
Well, the invite stands for both of you. Would love to have you over.
You can count on it, actually, because I do want to go out also and see my brother out there. I've never seen.
Oh yeah, him too. Sure.
Both of you. So both of you have Green in your last name, so I'm good.
There it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around here. Brent, get with the program. So,
all right. So you've been involved in the tech space for 40 years, give or take. Is this the most disruptive period that you've seen over the 40 years?
Well, there have been a lot of discontinuities in tech that I've been able to watch. Early on, it would, and I'm dating myself, but what the heck, I'm retiring. I might as well. I worked in the pre-PC era, believe it or not, and there were mini computers and then workstations. That's when I worked at Sun, and we swept away the mini computer world. And then the PC revolution took off. Years later, we invented, the web was invented, and it's incredible. And then we invented Java, and we made a dynamic web out of that. And then mobile came along, and I helped invent Java for mobile phones, and some interesting, mobile phones went from phones to tiny little computers that are wireless and battery powered that you would use as computers and occasionally use as a phone call, and they still are. Cloud computing was an amazing revolution. All of them had their own killer app. Cloud web services and was cloud computing's thing. The App Store was the mobile phone at sort of conquering killer app, on and on. And now we're in a world in which, AI, which has been around since I played with Lisp machines years ago, suddenly somebody put a friendly interface on a form of AI, the killer app being the chat of GPT. And suddenly we're in a new discontinuity phase. And so I don't know that it's any bigger or more profound than the other ones. I think the AI revolution more broadly will have incredible global positive and worrisome effects. And it's actually, doing some thought. I've gone through a lot of these transitions and been on both sides of them and had my hand in a few of them, either tangentially or significantly. And this is one where it's going to take some time to unfold. And I'm glad I'll be watching from the bleachers instead of fully in the game, because it'll be interesting to watch and contribute and comment on it. But we are certainly in a new time of discontinuity and a new time of change, and it's going to be complicated.
Agree with you there. So if you're going to be watching this, which, I mean, I guess my question in part is, are you actually going to be watching this? Meaning you are retiring. You don't have to watch it, really. I mean, it's not like anything depends on you watching it for you, right? You're where you need to be so you can do what you want to do. So you're no longer, like with sugar, regardless, you're kind of obligated to pay attention to it because it impacts everything going on every day,
was my job,
right?
yeah.
Right. So now it doesn't matter really to you whether or not you do. So what's going to compel you, if anything, to even want to watch it.
Well, I think the reason I've had such a great ride in the tech world is because it's so interesting, right? And I tend to be a bit of a curious person, and it's
That you are.
the tech and the implications of tech and the social impact of tech together are just great areas of interest. And this is going to be that times 1,000. So just out of pure curiosity, I love it. I don't want Craig to hear this, but there are a lot of jobs in tech I've had where I would have done it, charitably because it's so darn interesting. Don't let Craig know, but
We'll let him know on Saturday.
I've been lucky enough for curiosity and personal interest to meet job opportunity throughout my career, and the interest is not going to wane, whether it's a job or not.
Are there any things that you, as you walk away, you wished the industry had solved that you're saying, wow, we still haven't been able to do this yet? Anything like that?
Well, I think there's technical sides and then there's the social side. The lights are flashing in my home. I hope this doesn't drop. We have some bad weather outside. On the technical side, I expected AI to have progressed more quickly than it has. Now it would suddenly has the interest of the masses, and perhaps it will. And that'll be interesting. At a personal level, I'm a slight and ex-hardware geek. I'm disappointed that quantum computing technology has not progressed more quickly. That it's turning into the fusion version for technology of it'll be ready in 5 years, and that will be a shocking change in the industry. And I was hoping that would have occurred by now. On the social side, I think sites like Facebook and TikTok and X, I think is the name of the thing, right?
If you're calling it Facebook, you can call it Twitter, so don't worry.
Yeah, okay. I think they're wonderful and dangerous, and I'm disappointed that there isn't more rigor and thoughtfulness on the part of the leaders of those organizations to weed out nonsense and propaganda. And I worry a great deal that those lack of safeguards. Yes, we did, Alan. Yeah, and the 90s. Those lack of safeguards coupled with AI are going to have a tremendous risky social impact over the next year to 3 to 5 or forever. The ability to create false videos, commentary, flood the zone with commentary without the ability to fend that off, or the interest from a financial basis to fend that off, it is one of my great worries. And being in the tech world, I feel like some of us bear responsibility for some of the messes that have been created, but those are disappointments.
Okay, completely opposite kind of question. So you're in retirement. From what you've described so far, you're going to it's going to be a fairly active life, meaning
I hope
a lot more with your kid. A lot of travel seems to be involved in it one way or the other. A lot of travel seems to be involved. What kind of act, if any, super leisurely, like, okay, now I have some time, I'm going to become a PS5 gamer, or I'm going to watch 1 million movies, or I'm going to collect baseball cards. I mean, those completely relatively passive, but completely leisurely, never had time to do it. Now I have some time to do it. Are you contemplating any of those kind of things? And if so, what?
Dude, it's definitely not baseball cards. I swear. I actually worry about. I'm sort of an inertial being, which is when I'm in motion, I stay in motion, and if I'm not in motion, I can stay not in motion. So I hope I don't find too many passive things to do. I'd say playing music and things like that are beyond passive.
Yeah, I'm not counting that.
Maybe I'll learn to binge watch. You know, historically, my definition of binge watching is 2 episodes of something. So maybe I'll make it to 3. It would be wild, just wild to make it to 3.
Woo.
So
Crazy person.
just crazy, just unleashed. But I think that I hope I don't slip into those things because of inertia.
Well, we thoroughly enjoyed not just talking to you now, but talking to you over the years. And it's all, I always enjoy when people are very intelligent but have a really good sense of humor.
Yeah.
and can mix the intelligence with the humor. And you are definitely that. So
and you do realize that now that you're no longer at a vendor, there's other kind of opportunities to be doing stuff with us. That would be a lot of fun.
Well, I would love to stay in touch with you guys.
I'm talking more than just stay in touch. But
I see.
We have a program. We have a program for people like you.
Oh, people like me. Well,
it's called Playaz in Residence.
That would be interesting. I'm still Team Sugar though. So
no, that's still, as I said, we won't. we never ever raid other. And right now you're still a vendor, but as of let's say we'll give you the weekend. As of Monday,
I can take the weekend off. Thank you. Thank you.
As of Monday, expect a call.
Well,
all right.
We'll give you some time.
I'd love the chance to work together.
We need to just make sure you're really set on retiring. There's a rumor going around that if Sugar were able to get Flavor Flav to sing the national anthem at the next big Sugar event, that might actually entice you not to retire. Is there any truth to that, or
on the list of national anthem singers listening to that performance, there is no truth to that rumor. Right?
I'll put it this way, Brent. Here's the deal: if that actually happens, that specific thing, I'll quit. I won't semi-retire. I will retire fully, and I will retire to a mountaintop and never come down. Right? I'll never come down.
Yeah, no, I would have to question Craig and Claire's sanity if we went with that. I'm a big fan of theirs, but that would force me to question things.
Yeah.
Amen.
Well, thanks for sharing this with us and Playaz audience. Really appreciate it. I know, you got a lot of things to do in your last hour of employment, so we appreciate you spending 30 minutes with us.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And again, thank you so much for the times we've been able to hang out together and spend time on pods and in meetings, and the really kind introduction here. It's been a pleasure, and I hope it doesn't come to an end. So
it won't.
It would be awesome.
That you get our promise. It will not come to an end.
I mean,
right,
look, you're not a Patriots fan. You're a Niners fan. I have issues, but not that great an issue.
Right.
Good.
I'm
salvageable. It's always good to know that.
Right, you're good.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
All right.
It's been wonderful.
It's been awesome, and enjoy your weekend going forward too. And by the way, enjoy your last day tomorrow.
Right.
I shall do that. Thank you.
So, on behalf of Rich Green and the officially named CRM Playaz Virtual Green Room is.
That's right. Officially now named after you.
I'm Brent Leary.
I'm Paul Greenberg.
We are the CRM Playaz, and before we can say goodbye, we say hello to Minnie. Now we can say goodbye. See you next week.
Hey, Minnie.